If you are still struggling with accepting who you really are, then this story is for you. It may change your life forever. Once in a time, in a small town where dust settled early and dreams often settled even earlier, lived a boy named Eliam. Eliam had learned, at a very young age, how to disappear without moving an inch. He learned how to lower his eyes when people spoke to him, how to laugh quietly so no one would notice his voice shaking, how to stand at the back of every room, hoping that if he stayed still long enough, the world would forget he existed. It wasn't that Eliam was invisible. It was that he believed he should be. From the time he could remember, people had told him directly or indirectly that he was too much of the wrong things and not enough of the right ones. Too sensitive, too quiet, too different. And when he tried to change, he became not enough, not bold enough, not strong enough, not confident enough. So he did what many people do without realizing it. He began editing himself. He edited his opinions. He edited his dreams. He edited his laughter. He edited his pain. And every edit felt like survival, until one day, survival began to feel like slow disappearance. One evening, Eliam stayed late at his workplace. The building was quiet, the lights dim. He stood in the restroom, staring into the mirror. He had done this many times before, but this time, something felt different. The reflection, looking back at him, looked tired, not the kind of tired sleep could fix. It was the tiredness of someone who had been running away from himself for years. He whispered to the mirror, "Why can't you just be normal?" The mirror didn't answer, but something inside him did. A question rose in his chest, soft but persistent. What if I'm not broken? The thought startled him. He shook his head. "No," he said aloud. "That can't be it." But the question stayed. A few days later, Eliam took a different route home. He passed a park he hadn't visited since childhood. On a bench sat an elderly man, sketching. The man looked up and smiled. "Sit," he said, as if he had been waiting. Eliam hesitated, then sat. The old man studied him for a moment and said something that struck like lightning. "You look like someone carrying a gift you're ashamed of." Eliam laughed nervously. "I don't have any gifts." The man chuckled. "That's what all the gifted ones say before they learn who they are." Eliam frowned. "What do you mean?" The old man tapped his sketchbook. Inside were drawings not perfect, not polished, but alive. Each line had emotion. Each imperfection added meaning. "I tried to draw like everyone else once," the man said. "Straight lines, clean edges. People liked it, but it never felt like mine." "So what changed?" Eliam asked. "I got tired of abandoning myself," the man replied. That sentence hit harder than Eliam expected. The man closed his sketchbook and said, "Most people grow up learning a dangerous lie." "What lie?" Eliam asked. "That who you are is acceptable only if it matches what the world approves." The man leaned closer. "So we perform, we pretend, we shrink or stretch ourselves until we fit someone else's mold." Eliam felt something tighten in his chest. "But the truth?" the man continued. "The truth is this: you don't find peace by becoming someone else. You find peace by becoming yourself fully." Eliam whispered, "What if who I am isn't enough?" The man smiled gently. "It already is. You just haven't stopped apologizing for it." That night, Eliam lay awake. For the first time in years, he wasn't replaying old embarrassments or imagining future failures. Instead, he was asking a new question. Who am I when I stop trying to impress? The answers came slowly. He realized he was thoughtful, not weak, sensitive, not fragile, quiet, not invisible. He realized his depth had been mistaken for darkness, his stillness mistaken for emptiness. And the most painful realization of all, he had spent years asking for permission to exist as himself. The next day, nothing dramatic happened. No applause, no sudden confidence, no instant transformation. But something subtle changed. When Eliam spoke, he didn't rush his words. When he disagreed, he didn't apologize. When he felt joy, he allowed it. When he felt pain, he acknowledged it. He stopped explaining himself to people committed to misunderstanding him. And slowly, quietly, life responded. Not everyone stayed. Some people were uncomfortable with the new Eliam, the one who no longer bent into smaller versions of himself. But something surprising happened. The right people leaned closer. Weeks later, Eliam stood in front of a mirror again. This time, he didn't ask what was wrong. He said, softly but firmly, "I see you." And for the first time, the reflection felt like home. If you're listening to this story and something inside you feels exposed, let me tell you something important. You don't need to become louder to be powerful. You don't need to become harder to be strong. You don't need to become different to be worthy. You were never meant to edit yourself into acceptance. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs the version of you that only exists when you stop hiding. Acceptance is not about fixing yourself. It's about finally standing still long enough to realize you were never broken. And the moment you accept who you are, you stop surviving and you start living. If you find this story helpful in any way, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more life-changing and motivational stories.